like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it alive. You know we keep it alive.
Yes. Welcome in. We are here Monday night on the Coach Smook Network for the Coach Smook Evening Show. How y'all feeling tonight, man? Look, man, I've been over here. I've been kind of resting up. If my eyes look crazy, it's because I've been staring at the screen all day. I ended up taking an unplanned nap. Y'all know how that is. Y'all know how them unplanned naps is, so don't be judging. But definitely needed it today. Got a lot accomplished. Got a lot of meetings completed early in the day. Man, today was just a great day. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm having a good time. So thank y'all for showing up once again. It's your boy, Coach Smook, man. How y'all feeling tonight, man? I see y'all in the chat. Let me get my chat up, man. I gotta wait for the producer to pull up. She should be pulling up soon. But we got some guests pulling up too, man. Right about 15, 20 minutes into the show. They should be pulling up, and we're going to dialogue, talk some Bama recruiting. I know y'all been seeing all the other takes on the other channels. Everybody's doing their own takes about Bama recruiting, but we're going to put a little twist on some things. We're going to do some rapid fire back and forth. The panel, you all know them. You're very familiar with them. So when they join, don't act like you don't know. You already know how to do when they get on the Coach Smook Network. It's just a whole different vibe, man. So we bringing the heat tonight. Listen. Check it out. What's good, Jay Will? How you feeling? JB17 is in the chat. JB718. I keep saying JB17. JB718 is in the chat. Carla, how you doing, my sister? Travelpreneur Podcast is in the building. Nick Saban Jr., what's up, Day-Day, my boy? Listen, that's a Phoenix City. Hey, that's a Phoenix City brother right there, man. We grew up together, went to the same high school. He know about them Rush County Central rivalries during our day. Shout out to Carla is in the chat. Let me see. Who else is in here? Fam first, man, down there, 431 boys. I seen what you were saying, man. I'm gonna give you your respect because you my family. But man, you know what? You know we don't play that mess over here. You know we don't play that mess over here. But I'm glad you standing strong. I'm glad you standing strong. You supporting the fam. You holding it down. You holding solid to holding true to what you believe in. You know, you can't help for what you folks believe in, y'all. We can't judge, can't judge folks. You know, you get what I'm saying? Why? We may ask, but do we need to know? No, it's not important. Much love, man. What's up? Zach is in the house. Cindy is in the chat. C. Bama's in here. And Antoine said, the fellas getting together, that's what's up. Yes, man. Y'all know we got to do that at least once every other week. Got to try to get the squad on, man. Rico, what's good, man? He said, Coach Smook, what's good? I saw the replay of this morning show. I was touched and excited. That's what's up, my boy. That's what's up. And check out my boy Keith Holcomb is in the building, man. Good to see you again, man. Listen, I see some of y'all ain't got these birth certificates, man. Some of y'all ain't became a member of the channel yet. Y'all need to go ahead and sign up and become a member of the Coach Smook Network. Join the AAA family. This community is growing daily. I think the last I checked our numbers, we was up at 156 last month. I think we're up to 162 so far. as far as confirmed members, and that's without gifted subs. So appreciate y'all. Got my brother Sean checking in, getting everybody active. One of my moderators getting y'all to smack that like. What's going on, Susan? How you feeling? Let's go. Cindy, yes. How you feeling, sis? Hey, we got a scoop tonight. Got the gang coming through, and that's gonna really be some talk. Any real smoke with Justice Terry? Listen, I tell you what, Josh, and I think everybody on this panel and this staff, I mean, everybody that's covering Bama football right now, if they're making a visit to Alabama right now, it's some smoke there. And I'll give you a little insight on what I thought about this Justice Terry smoke and everything. Nothing confirmed. I haven't made contact with people that I can say are close to him. I'm not that type of insider, so to say. But things that I have heard around this visit, I heard things were very positive, and some serious talks were had there. And one being NIL, there was a conversation that was basically establishing their stance and their approach on how to deal with NIL with incoming freshmen. And a lot of education was put out. So yeah, we definitely going to get into that a little bit. So definitely glad to hear that. What's up, man? Everybody in the chat, listen to y'all. Look at Jay to go, man. Have y'all let y'all Bama hang today? Man, you already know, bro. We been acting up all day. Actually, I'm up here in Atlanta. I ran into some Georgia fans at the gym. Of course, y'all know I always got something Bama on in the gym. And yeah, they call themselves popping. They call it, and it led to one of our topics for tonight. We're gonna actually get into it. What's up, Gary? We're gonna get into it, talking about how some of these fan bases and they takes on what Alabama football is going to become is kind of far-fetched, you know. We're gonna talk a little bit about recruiting. We're gonna get a few takes on everything, because it's like we're coming down to the end of the official visit season, right? And things are going to settle. Things are going to get quiet as we get ready for fall prep for late July, early August fall prep. So it's best to go ahead and speculate and have these conversations now. So that's what we're gonna do. But for those of you who are not members, what's up, Big Bama Brand? How you feeling tonight, my boy? Pulling up, man. Hey, what's up, Jason? How you feeling, man? I see y'all boys was live over there. Y'all, I got something in my eye. But listen, I want y'all to check this out. If you're not a member of the AAA fam, please check this out, man. Consider becoming a member and supporting the channel. We are trying to go full time with this content creation, and we are working on some other connections, some other ideas and collaborations that will have us working a lot closer to the university once again, but as an independent entity. So continue to share the network, continue to share the channel. People are seeing it. Now that this is not for everybody, we're gonna understand that, but what we will do is continue to stay authentic and be who we are. And that's a community filled with authentic people that's trying to grow something and change the mode of this fan base and how we present ourselves as a community. You can think differently from me, but that doesn't mean I can't like you or I can't respect you. And that's one thing that we must change across our fan base, across our society in general. So y'all continue to support it. But if you're not a member of the channel, here's a way you can support the channel, man. It's a little 2-minute commercial. Y'all check it out. And let me know if you're trying to become a part of this community, and one of my moderators will hook you up. But here you go. Check it out. Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing. And we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family and earning your birth certificate, as we like to call it. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level.
One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel. Oh, Lordy. Oh, it's just so much going on. Thank y'all for supporting the channel, man, 100%. Thank everybody for pulling up, too, man. We got 102 total viewers, man. 52 live here on YouTube. Thank you all for pulling up. Make sure you run the likes up on the YouTube side. Make sure you already subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 2K subscribers, y'all. Check today. I think we at 1770 right now. So we're not that far away from having 2K subscribers, y'all. Like I said, coming back and starting the network back up full time. We started here back in May 1st with 219 or something like that total subscribers. So yeah, it's good that we're growing at this rate, and we're going to continue to grow. The algorithm, I actually, what's crazy is, and I'm not doing this to brag, but this is just a testament to how much I appreciate my community. And shout out to my producer for pulling up in the back. Marquita is in the house, my producer. What's up? Shout out to her. Clap it up for her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now we can have this thing running smooth when the gang get in here. I love when my producers show up. She be showing up and doing her thing. I ain't got to tell her what to do. It's kind of like we got this little chemistry now. So definitely appreciate her for pulling up. Thank you, Marquita, for showing up, sis. And yeah. We just got like a 30 minute opening segment space. So we're going to kind of, chop it up with the chat. We are going to open the phone lines up. I'm going to try to do the phone lines with the panel up here. Tonight, I plan on having Coach Sean. You already know, just my humble opinion. Jason, Thursday for you. No, Wednesday, my fault. Wednesday night is when we're bringing on the college football panel, everybody. Tonight is Alabama centered. So myself, Coach Sean will be there. I think Jake should be pulling up, right? And then also Ty. I'm not sure if Ty's going to be doing a late one tonight. Ty been going hard the past few days. So, yeah. So that'll be our 4-man panel. Coach Jay, his camera is acting up, and he got to get a mic, man. He got to get a mic. I'm big on audio, and he knows. So I'm actually looking at some stuff to send my bro, because some of my equipment from back home, I'm actually getting it shipped this way to me. So maybe I just have it shipped to him since I don't have space for it, and I'm upgrading equipment. So yeah, man, and we got a lot of stuff going on here. A few announcements before we get into it. What's up, Joseph? How you doing? I seen Gary had a comment in there too. I see a lot of y'all in here tonight. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, y'all. Before we jump into all of our segments for tonight, remember, y'all, we got a lot of things going on. Make sure you be on the lookout for all the Coach Smook Network events. Be on the lookout for the next event. The next event being the big event, y'all. This one is the one that everybody's been talking about. Everybody's waiting on. The word is getting out. More people are starting to ask about it. It's becoming a item of interest. What's up? 334 is in the building. How you feeling, big homie? How you feeling, my boy? Thank you for pulling up. Make sure you guys are smashing that like. What does the Keelan Russell signing and performance in the Elite 11 competition mean for Ty Simpson and Dylan Lonergan? Start that comment, Marquita. We could put it off to the towards the end. We'll jump into that once we get into the conversation about everything. But don't forget to jump in. Get your tickets for Outside with Coach Smook. RSVP. You don't RSVP no more. This is the actual ticket link. Once you get on there, you can purchase the ticket. Make sure once you purchase the ticket, you keep that email, because if you get the VIP, ticket, more follow-up emails will be sent out getting your t-shirt sizes. Mind you, we do have the customized t-shirts. You can get VIP seating, right? But VIP parking, VIP with parking is limited. VIP seating, I think we have it open now because the red zone is going to be a huge spot. I think we found the turf that we're going to use too, y'all. And if somebody has another connect as far as getting us some type of carpet or some type of some type of layout carpet or whatever to put in the middle of the parking lot for our setup, let me know. We're still looking. We found the turf. It's a pretty decent price, but it's all good. I don't know. It gave Sean some instructions. Let me see. Man, hold on, y'all. I gotta shoot Jake the link again. All right, that one sent. Let me send this one too. Hold on 2 seconds, y'all. My fault. The fellas, I guess they didn't get the link. That should be it right there. All right, that should be it right there. All right, so yeah, make sure y'all get those tickets, y'all. Make sure y'all purchasing those and spreading the word, y'all. All you gotta do, the same link that you click on, share that link, share it out. We got Georgia fans pulling up. I saw 2 ticket purchases today. Some Georgia fans go be there and they are ready to talk. They smack. These are some lifelong friends. They're gonna be pulling up. So I know it's gonna be a good vibe. I'm telling y'all, this tailgate is gonna be like no other. Shout out to T-Town Cafe for allowing us to get the space. But y'all, that might not be the final destination. We got some news today that might change the whole landscape of this event, not in a bad way, but in a good way. And I'm talking about some exclusive stuff. So y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Keep supporting. A lot of people don't expect this small beginner to have such a large effect, but we're gonna keep the energy there. We're gonna keep authentic there. We're gonna keep the family vibe there, and we're gonna keep developing this community to create change in how things are perceived amongst our peers. All right. So I appreciate y'all for supporting the network, and for all of you that are members of the AAA fam, y'all very special. I appreciate y'all 100%. So before we start getting everybody onto the panel, y'all, I'm gonna do my little rundown of what we got going on tonight. Look, we're gonna jump into a few topics tonight. Make sure y'all like, sharing, and subscribing the stream. And then also tonight, don't forget super chats. Once we get our first super chat, that first super chat will set the tone for the co-sponsors of the stream. Get the get that super chat in, and you will be listed as on this banner that you're going across the screen. Shout out to the co-sponsors of the stream. That's the way Coach Smook Network gives our supporters who continue to support and donate with their monetary value. We continue to show them love by showing support and thanking them in that banner, making sure that everybody knows that you're really locked in and you're supporting this AAA community. Thank y'all. Shout out to Power Couples for pulling up. Vontae and Jada, man, our newfound Bama fan cheering. Our newfound Bama fan cheering. Appreciate them for pulling up. Sean Williams in the building. And shout out to William Dansby. Did you upgrade your membership? I thought you had a membership already. William, if you upgraded your membership, thank you for doing that, man. That's 100%, man. Zach making it easy for y'all. He trying to make it easy for y'all. Shout out to Zach Wilges with the 199 super chat saying, let's go, Roll Tide. Thank you, Zach, for becoming our first co-sponsor of the stream tonight, man. Appreciate you for your super chat and 100% for supporting AAA Coach Smook Network and all of your family. We will not forget it. But let's jump into some of this talk. I got some banners back here. I'm going to kind of scroll through them, and we're going to kind of dive into the conversation. One conversation we kind of dove into earlier today on the Coach Smook Morning Show was what was this class going to look like? Not necessarily the end ranking, but how many 5 stars? How many 5 stars will this class end up having? You know, right now, and I could pull up the list right now. I'm gonna pull up the list right now of the current commits that we currently have, and I guess they're trying to get Coach Sean squared away. I sent him the same exact email I sent you, Jake. But yeah, so we got the 247 commits chart right here. We got the commitment list, and I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up on the big screen right here. I'm gonna share this tab. Boom. And then we're gonna jump into it. So right now, Alabama we have 0 5 stars right now on that's committed. We have 0 5 stars right now that's committed. All right. But how many 5 stars will this class end up with once we get a commitment from the likes of Ty Haywood? What's this class going to look like if once we get the commits of the likes of a Dijon Lee or a Khalik Lockett or Decorian Moore? What's this class going to look like once we get those 5-star commits? And I'm telling you right now, MVP of the Elite 11 signed to the University of Alabama definitely warrants a 5-star rating. No quarterback before now has come to Alabama with those type of accolades and not been rated anything less than a 5-star. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if Julian Sayin was a 5-star, this young man Keelan Russell will be a 5-star before it's all said and done. Sliding down to Daryl Johnson, same thing with him, another 5-star. Antonio Coleman has the opportunity to push to be a 5-star. Shout out to Bino Thomas with the $2 super chat. He said, "Love my AAA fam." And Smook, let's get it. Appreciate that $2 super chat, my boy. Go ahead and add him to that co-sponsor of the stream banner. But Antonio Coleman has a chance to be a 5-star. Chuck McDonald, the 4-star DB out of Mater Dei, has a chance to be a 5-star. Michael Dubose, Michael Carroll, both of those guys, very highly touted and highly rated 4 stars, have a chance to pad their rankings and their evaluation portfolios and become 5 stars. Another sleeper that I think people are just kind of looking over is Jackson Lloyd. This kid, this 25 class of offensive linemen that's been assembled so far is probably going to be one of the most talented to be recruited in any era of football. And I'm saying this with Alabama just getting this 23 class in. I don't think we remember how deep this 23 class was, how deeply talented this 23 class was. And then I think you can go back to even the class with Evan Neal and all those guys. That was a talented class. So this can be a very highly rated class, and this just based off of the recruiting rankings across the board. I look at guys like Derek Smith, you know, him playing primary safety this going into his senior year. Does that help his ratings? This is a young man that did more at receiver than he did at safety. To me, if you turn on the film, you see his impact on both sides, but look more fluent as a receiver and is going to the college level as a safety. So I think this is something to be looking at with Alabama in this recruiting class. How many 5 stars can we get? Right now, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 4 stars committed. And I say 4 out of those 11, 5 out of those 11 have the ability to be considered 5 stars. And then you got guys that could be committed soon that are currently 5 stars. So this class can really be stacked when it comes to overall star rankings and recruiting. Also, we're going to jump into the subject of all the fan bases talking crazy. You know, it's a lot of fan bases out here talking crazy. LSU, I mean, what is your beef with Bama? You know, I know not being able to handle us with the first year starting quarterback and your Heisman quarterback with the record setting numbers, and you know that's hard to kind of deal with. But that's been happening for a while now. That's not new to y'all. Why do y'all feel like it's going to change now with the more? We're going to get into that conversation. JB718-499 Super Chat. He said, all love, my boy. AAA fam. Roll Tide, roll, man. Y'all coming heavy with the Super Chats tonight, man. You know what? I almost started to set a goal, but I love not setting goals because I feel like y'all appreciate it more when y'all don't feel obligated to do it. So keep on supporting when you feel it. When the spirit moves ya, let them use ya. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to Cindy Middleton with a $2 super chat. She said, Bama recruiting on fire. Yes, it is. We're going to dive into it. We're going to get into some in-depth talk about recruiting tonight while I had it, guys. Listen, and then after that, Ellis, why are y'all so hurt? What did we do to y'all? You know, stop acting like it's new. We're going to talk about it. Tennessee and Ohio State fans extra confident these days. And I got my brother on for this one tonight. I'm telling y'all, this is one that y'all don't want to miss. Y'all know how Coach Sean get when it comes to them Tennessee fans. Oh yeah, he ready to look. I see him rubbing it, doing his hands in the background. I already see him. So, and then we're gonna do a fan temperature check. It's just I'm gonna go across the SEC. We just gonna kind of give our takes on some of these fans. Tonight is not a very informative night. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. It's more opinionated, more reaction. I think these guys get like me. Sometimes it's good to just talk football, how we talk football, bump the film, bump all of that other stuff. Let's just talk what we see, how it's coming to us as fans. We don't get to be fans enough. We're expected to be these content creators now and these panelists. Now tonight on the Coach Smook Network, we get to be a little fanny tonight. We get to let our fan side show. And so yeah, we're gonna be crazy. We're gonna be crazy tonight. And then we're gonna also do a phone call segment here on the second hour. Once I let these guys off, we'll do unless they stick around for the phone call segment, either or doesn't make me don't mind. But we're gonna do a phone call segment in the second half of the show. I was about to say season. We'll do the phone call segment and let you all talk to the panel. Now listen, phone call segment tonight is more so question answer based, not discussion based. So you'll ask a question or we'll have a topic or question at hand and you all give us an answer and we'll react in the dialogue. 7-minute phone calls. I got some fire clips that I'm about to post from our phone calls, the last two phone call segments. And boy, hey, if y'all start making money, Piano Man, Zach, Davin, if y'all start making money off of these clips, I need my cut. I'm not playing. This is like Death Row Records. This is extortion. Your voice come on my show. I want my cut. You get what I'm saying? 99%. I'm just playing, man. But y'all provide some great content, man. It's easy to cut and clip that stuff. And I'm excited to continue to grow this network. But without further ado, I got to make one change to this layout here. Hold on. No, I don't. I'll be able to do it once I get them on. But without further ado, y'all, coming to the stage, man, I got my broskies from the other Moskies. Like one of them saying, my brother from another mother. Like the other one say, man, my guys, y'all know how we come when we step together. Y'all know us formerly as the coaches, but we just the fellas now. We just the fellas, man. We the Bama fellas. We TBF, the Bama fellas. We gonna be doing a lot of content together going forward. But tonight here on the Coach Smook Network, special guest, my brothers, Coach Sean and Coach Jake Merrill is in the building, man. Let me unmute Sean. Here we go. Hold on. Let me edit this screen now. I can edit it now because now I got 3 equal. Boom right here. Boom right here. Boom right here. Oh yeah, we in there now. Boom. What y'all talking about? What's good, fellas? How y'all feeling tonight,
broski from another Moski. What up, bro?
Man, you already know what time it is, man. Let me turn this music down a little bit because it's loud. What happened? It just got loud on my end.
It did get loud. It jumped up there, too.
That's crazy. But how y'all feeling, man? What's up, Jake? How you feeling, my boy?
Dude, I'm good, man. I am pumped the hell up. Yeah, man. It's cool, man. I finally started my my own channel. Pretty freaking awesome, kind of fun, you know.
Let me show you something. I'm gonna show you how solid we is. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Where is it at? I gotta pull the right. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on, man. Where'd it go? I had it set up already. I was gonna do it in the middle of you talking, but I guess
Cynthia.
I guess. Yeah, go ahead. Hey, run through the chat, man. This ain't just my show. Y'all run through the chat, talk to the people. They be waiting for this.
100%. 100. So it's good to see you guys. 100%. What's up? Yeah, new channel. We're gonna do content with everybody. Talk Bama football, talk college football, talk freaking football, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I know we got a lot of people say what's up to tonight, and thank you for the background. You know, it's called the workshop because that's where you start, right? If you want to set the tone, you got to start in the workshop. So that's the background. Don, what's up, man? Like, you got all these people in here, man. You got to say what's up, dude.
K-Spray, what's up with you, man? How you guys doing, man? Thank you, Coach Smook, for having us, man. Love coming on Coach Smook show, man. Love these guys. We've always been ourselves with Ty and Coach Smook. Is always the ones you see. There's always Coach Jay. Coach Jay Muir. We all just kept it real, man. Shout out to Dwight. Shout out to Sean Williams. Shout out to Davin Jones. Shout out to Mr. Ren Rico. Good to see you, man. Shout out to my girl, Cynthia Milton. So good to see y'all, man. Joseph Davison in here, man. Katrina Blackman in here. So good to see Katrina. So good to see Kimberly. Brian Thomas. Man, it's so good to see y'all, man. Jordan Wright is in here. Brinsky, my bro, we just left. My brother Moon Rocker still rocking with us. Dwight, JB718. Man, it's so good to see y'all. William Dansby, man. Man, listen, Sean Williams, who's
Brinsky, you free? You out of jail yet? You unhandcuffed yet? Can you pull up? Cause I can see you the link. We was gonna get everybody on, but we keeping it Bama tonight. We ain't got time for Jason Oklahoma talk tonight. He gonna have his Oklahoma space. You get what I'm saying? Jason man. Jason know he good anytime on this side, but we ain't got time for Oklahoma talk tonight because they fans starting to pop a little bit, and I'm like, bro, it ain't gonna be as cute for Oklahoma as everybody think it is. I'm just saying. And both of them teams gonna really have to show me for me to, you get what I'm saying? Man, let me see. I'm trying to find my little screenshot I made, man. I had a nice little screenshot from my boy. You know what I'm saying? I had a
Piano man, Big Homie 334, Carla.
What up?
Man, it's so good to see y'all, man.
Yeah, Carla, Cynthia.
Yeah, man, love Cynthia.
But y'all, check this out. Check this out. Now I got my bros on here. Y'all make sure y'all go check out their pages. Not their Twitters, but check out the YouTube, man. Check out my brother. J Merck at Coach J Merck on YouTube. Y'all go check him out, man. Make sure he got 49 subscribers right now. By tomorrow, that thing should be at least 200. That thing should be at least 200 at minimum. We got 104 watching on Twitter. We got 83 watching on YouTube. So that means at least 50 some of y'all, because I know half of y'all already over here follow him. Go ahead and go over there and follow my brother page. And then not only there, y'all go over to the other side, man, and follow the GOAT, man. My brother, Coach Sean, Coach SPH at JMHO Sports Talk here on YouTube, man. Y'all go check them out. Get them subscribers up, man. Coach Sean already pushing 1K. He ain't even been on YouTube for a month, so he's doing crazy numbers. It just goes to show you the quality and the content, y'all. And that's what we all about here, man. Network and promote. Man, these my bros, they rolled for your boy when I had to make my transition. So I already told them 100%. I was always going to ride for them boys. And that's how we going to keep riding, man. That's how we going to keep moving. So y'all make sure y'all go and follow them boys. I make sure I clip that too. And then we'll be able to clip that into the Jake stash is back. But
you like that COD? You like that COD look, baby? You guys know where that's from, right? You guys know where that's from.
Listen,
I used to do something before I did this. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, we got some stuff to talk about, man. It's been a while since we've just been able to kick back and talk, man. I was over on Jason's channel the other night, man, and I got lit. But we had some good football talk, man. It was a great night. I had fun.
I went back and watched that. I went back and checked that out.
Man, I had fun.
I like that.
Look, what they say on their TikTok, we had a time last night, because, boy, we had a time. I was G14 classified through and through. I represented well. And when it got heavy, I had to go on bow out. Boy, I had to go on. But we talked some good football, man. But the topic of conversation that really was carrying it, man, was Kalen DeBoer and this staff. And I know y'all giving y'all professional takes, unbiased takes. But as a fan, we're talking as a fan tonight. As a fan, Coach Sean, What is this recruiting? All of this success we've seen early in this, and I know what size you stand on as a pessimist coach, but as a fan to see this type of turnaround for the very things that we said Coach KD had to do back in January when he was hired, to see it here in June. And it's been happening since early April, if we want to be honest. But to see here in late in June to be carrying momentum that you picked up back in April, what does that say for you? What does that do for you as a fan?
Man, I'll tell you this. I knew he was going to come in. And, that was my question. Could this guy come in and really, really embed his roots in the South? He answered my question the first week when I said that, right? And hadn't looked back since. I knew it was going to go well because of this guy's history, but I had no clue it was going to be like this. But now that I look back at everything that happened, Coach Smook, Coach Jameer, I see now why he done what he done. Remember back in the, I guess, shortly after Coach Saban retired, man, it was like 150 kids on campus. I see now why that was. That was for word of mouth. Let's push the message out there. Let's put it out there. Let's let the coaches bring their cell phones on the field and let's let them talk to the recruits. And that was all for advertisement, I guess is the word.
Yeah.
Now you see, man. Now you see kids have their hooks still in Alabama. So what you seeing right now, Coach Smook, is you seeing hope from the hater fan bases. They can't possibly be doing this shit again. Excuse my language. They can't possibly be doing this. The goat is gone. Y'all can't possibly be picking back up where you left off. Well, what you're seeing is hope from other fan bases that we fall off, and they can't believe what they're seeing. So it's not happiness that y'all seeing. It's really anger that you're seeing. So I cannot applaud this fan base more. Courtney Morgan, Coach DeBoer, Mo Lindquist, Hitchler, all these coaches, man, have not only done their job, Coach Smook, Coach Jay, they've surpassed it, man. And these kids still love Alabama, man.
Facts. And like you said, to kind of reiterate, man, I was there as that whole unofficial visit time started during spring ball. And like I said, there were full 7-on-7 teams, kids that were not even on Alabama's Bama 247's target list, people that were already supposed to be crystal ball to Texas and Texas A&M and Michigan and Ohio State and USC. All of these kids from California Powers roster, 7-on-7 roster, were there, and they were being, catered to during practice. During practice, staff was making rounds during practice. That goes to show you the flexibility and the confidence in their staff that Coach Kalen DeBoer has. Coach Jake, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I'm gonna ask you this. You got to see Kalen DeBoer from afar while in Washington. Kind of was close to the program while you were there. When he was there for 2.5 years? It was right at 2.5 years. And you've already given your testament to seeing the same man there as you see here. As far as his demeanor and his character, how he carries himself, has the effect or the impact surprised you, being that this is a whole new footprint and a whole new conference of recruiting? I don't think we have a question about the coaching, but the impact of his personality and character, has that surprised you? Not the fact that it's done, but the impact of it.
I think the impact of it. It's hard because to an extent, yes, because I think it's a way greater impact than probably what was expected for most. But at the same time, here's the part about it. I don't think it necessarily surprises me that he's successful. I've talked about this before, is the fact that his personality, the way he goes about things, is perfect for the South, right? And he does a really good job, though, of he's like, man, he's just a really smart boss. Right. He puts the guys around him that will help his team, his company, be successful. He's a really good CEO, put it that way. Right. Because he went out and found the right dudes to run operations. He found the right administrative staff to be put in place. So that way we trickle down the line. Everybody's there. We don't even talk about the guys who are like behind the scenes, like Ryan Trevathan. I think it is how it's said. Like that dude, go look him up and look at his history and what he comes from. All these dudes are in places that we don't even talk about enough that are behind the scenes doing so much that are powerful, and they're great recruiters, but they're also really good people. So it all fits in his style of who he is as a person. But at the same time, like just what he's doing mindset wise, I think you look at him and his style, just like he's laid back, he's low key, he has discipline, he has perfection, he wants these things, but at the same time, he has more of a Southern approach, right? He might not be from the South, but his personality definitely matches the South. And you can look at Bear Bryant, he was intense, right? But at the same time, he was very, very strict about X's and O's. You look at Gene Stallings, he was a calm, smooth operator.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, he would jump your ass. Don't get me wrong. And Kalen DeBoer will do the same thing. There's clips out there. You can go look at his face when he's yelling at somebody.
Oh, yeah.
He's pissed. But he reels it right back in. Okay, boom. We made the correction, move forward. Right.
For sure.
So I love it. Am I surprised about the ripple effect that it's had? Maybe a little, just because it's big.
Yeah.
It's big,
and I think that's what I was going to say. I'm not surprised that he's had success. I think we all felt like he would be able to come in and be able to be approachable. I think he was going to I felt like he would take a stance in trying to set a new tone as far as to what the program should be and how it should be viewed. But I didn't think that it would be so widely received, not just by the players, but by the staff members, by the faculty that surrounds the program, the band staff, the basketball staff, the football staff members, like everybody athletic department wise is taking a liking to this man, even to the point where it's things like him and Coach Nate Oates are becoming friends because they seize this opportunity. They understand the opportunity that not just Alabama football, but the University of Alabama athletics has as a whole. And this is going to be another nice run if all of this can turn over. Let me acknowledge some super chats before we continue to dive into our conversation. I seen a super chat from Kimberly Harmon, $2. It says, Smook, you awesome, bro. Much love. Appreciate that, Kimberly, my sister. And another $1 super chat from the sister. Shout out to Carla Bailey with the $5 super chat with her AAA emojis, her Bama, her Crimson Tide football, cold summer, AAA. What's up? And Nona Davis, Bama girl from Cali. Appreciate you saying hello from Lompoc, California with the $10 super chat. All of you, thank you for becoming sponsors, co-sponsors for this stream today, which is powered by the AAA family. I thank you 100% for doing what you do and being who you are for this network. Listen, so we've kind of got our reactions of what we feel with how good and how good this success has been for Coach Kalen DeBoer early in this recruiting cycle. And I say early because June is very early. June is very early. Commits mean, as great as they are, they mean nothing. At the end of the day, you still have to go out and the same product that you've been pitching, you have to be able to produce it, right? At some level. And I want to look at it and I want to start the discussion like this. How does this early recruiting class and this early success, how does it set Kalen DeBoer up in this year coming up? Does it put more pressure to be successful, to be flawless, to be as close to perfect as possible, meaning a 2-loss season at max? Or does this give you room to have a solid 9-3 season with an early exit from the playoffs? Me personally, I'm going to say it quickly like this. I think it works both ways. Everybody says you got the Bama brand, you're getting all these high-end recruits. Nick Saban didn't leave the cupboard empty. Yes, there's a lot of pressure, but at the same time, we don't expect this guy to be able to come to the SEC and be able to coach. So if he goes out there and blows a Georgia, blows a Missouri, blows a LSU at LSU, or blows it at Tennessee, we can understand that. But he only has 1 year to do that because now can he keep this currently number 2 ranked recruiting class? So I think it works both ways. Coach Jake, and then we'll go to Coach Sean. What do you think does this set this up for Kalen DeBoer and the staff does it put more pressure or does it put them in a space of where, the negative works for them?
Man, that's a great question. Yeah. I think to an extent, right? Like there may be a little pressure. Like you can't drop more than, 2 games. And even in those 2 games, I think it's very important that they're close, right? Like you can't lose to be honest, you probably shouldn't even lose by a touchdown, right? So it'll be interesting to see, because that will make an impact, because a lot of people are writing the fact that what they're going to see out of this offense, the excitement that they have out of the staff, and what it's going to produce on the field. I think we will see those results on the field. I mean, you look at Kalen DeBoer and who he is as a coach and what he's done everywhere he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Why would we even think that would be different now when he has more talent than he's ever had on a roster ever? I mean, why would we think any different? Right? Look what I keep going back to this Washington example, because so many people are like, well, you're biased. I'm biased towards Kalen DeBoer. Of course I am, because he's proved it every single level. He's proved it every single level. How can you not be biased when you watch a guy win the way he does? Right? So as far as like that momentum, whether it's pressure or whether it's negative in favor, I think that there is pressure, but this guy has proved it time and time again. Pressure does not faze him.
Right.
Like he pressure is just a word to him, man. It doesn't mean jack. You know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't mean anything. So that's my take. I think we're going to be good, and I just feel good about. I am so stoked to watch him, because I just can't wait to see. Lank is real. Put it that way.
Yeah. And I'm right there with you. I think and the more I talk about Kalen, the more I just think about the staff that's assembled around him. And I'm going to kind of spin it for Sean, because Coach Jake just kind of identified to me. He kind of covered what I feel like is a fair assessment overall of what is expected of him. You have the Bama brand. You're promising to maintain the standard. The standard is you can't lose more than 2 here and get a passing grade. You know, you can barely lose 2 and still get a passing grade. It's crazy that we have not lost more than 2 games under Coach Saban for 16 years, not 16 straight seasons.
Crazy.
And you get what I'm saying? Or was it we have won 10 plus games for 16 straight seasons, you know. Third loss usually coming in the postseason in a bowl game or something, but regular season losses, we haven't suffered more than 2 in the season. So it's one of those things where you got the standard. I'm gonna spin it like this, Coach Sean, with the staff that he has assembled around him. You've gotten well acquainted and well versed on this type of personnel he has around him on the coaching staff, position coaches, coordinators. Does it put more pressure on him now in this first year, or is there less pressure because he has this type of staff around him?
Difficult, because from a fan perspective, I think it's less pressure. You know what I mean? It is. It's a difficult question, because fandom, the world expects us not to be as good, I think. But as far as the standard is concerned, hell yeah, it's pressure. You don't need to lose 3 games here, right? You don't need to lose 3 games at Alabama. I think if I had to really pick one, I would say that it's less pressure. I know that if we can, let me explain why I say that. Losing Coach Saban, every entity that's has anything to do with college football, even myself, you know, I'm Sabanized. Man. Like, how can I not be? For 17 years, we put belt the ass on everybody. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We ain't, like Coach Smook just said, we hadn't even lost 3 games in a damn season in over a decade, going on 2 decades. So I'm Sabanized, man. I don't even know how not to be Sabanized. So we can't be just as good, right? We can't possibly be, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what my mind say. But when I look at the roster and I look at the hunger these kids got, and how everybody talking about they won't be just as good, and the coaches hearing it, and how hard they working, man, and how these young kids are still loving Alabama, and they doing big things, and the recruiting class is taking off. We got to hold on to them, just like Coach Smook and Coach Jay said. But when I look at the roster, man, I look at the incoming talent, I look at the kids that could possibly be committing here in the next week, and I look at the talent already on the roster with that, man, how can I not be elated? How can I not think we could really win this damn thing? How can I not think that, man? So I think it's less pressure, because anytime you lose the GOAT, you're destined to take a step back, right? But internally, I feel like it's more pressure, because the kids on the roster feel that, they hear this, they see it, and I think they're going to be itching to prove everybody wrong, even just as much as last year. Like you said, Lank is a real thing, man. Lank is a real thing. So that's what I believe. I think to the outside world, it's going to be less pressure. They're going to lose 3 games. They got to be. Because the GOAT's gone. You can't. It's just physically inertia, not logical for you to be just as dadgum good with Saban gone, right? But the world don't understand that this is Alabama.
Right. Alabama with a hungry staff.
Thanks.
Hungry staff. You have coaches right now on this staff that would have done anything to put their application to work for the man that just left. But now, not only do they get to follow up the brand and have the challenge of not necessarily resetting the legacy, but upholding it and taking it to the next step. But these are coaches. These are not guys who are thinking about doing something else in their life. They understand what this next tenure, this next 2 to 4 years of their life can do for their coaching career. Because guess what? They were part of the staff that showed up after Coach Saban. And what they did immediately following the exit of Coach Saban, the greatest college football coach of all time, what they did is going to ring for years. It's going to ring in ears for years. There will be people that will say, Coach Maurice Linguist, head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, was part of that post-Saban staff under Kalen DeBoer at the University. That's what they're going to say. They're going to say, Coach Ryan, Coach Nick Sheridan was the first offensive coordinator post-Saban retirement at the University of Alabama. When he's getting his head coaching job at the University of Florida or wherever he goes when he gets his first. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what is going to happen in the next 6 to 8 years. I can just about guarantee it. Jamarcus Shepard, all of these guys, I'm hot take. Jamarcus Shepard, next head coach of Alabama football. I'm gonna put that one out.
I like it. You know what's funny? You hit something though that's really interesting. Is if you do go look at each one of these coaches, either they come from somewhere that's not like necessarily a Power 5, maybe besides Coach Cap, obviously some of the guys from the offensive staff, right? Yeah, I mean, and then the guys who are left over. But you look at some of the other guys; they don't come from Power 5. They dropped from like head coaches into either a position coach or co-defensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator. And then we look at each one of these guys, and I'll tell you, Nick Sheridan especially, if you do not think he wants to go and break every damn offensive record out there. You want to know why? Because he got screwed at Indiana. He got screwed over at Indiana, and they put a lot of the blame on him. If you don't think he sat there and studied for the last several years under DeBoer, and he's not going to come in and have his own. Every one of those guys have their own length. Put it that way. Every one of them, right? And I'll tell you, man, they all have something to prove. You have a coach who went to a national championship, who lost, who wants to win. You have a team who is one play away from going to a national championship, who felt like they should be there.
Yes.
You have a bunch of dudes on there, not just coaching staff, players as well. And that energy is real right now. And this, okay, say I'm hyping it up. I don't give a shit because they're going to win.
Jake. And then the funny thing is, not only do you have players who came back after the exit and saw players quit, saw players leave. You got a guy in Caden Proctor who came back and humbled himself. Humbled himself. And I was so glad that he finally, he took his time when he released the statement. He said, I made a mistake by leaving Alabama. He said it straight up. Leaving Alabama was the worst decision in my life. But then you got to think about it, man. It's a group of freshmen. It's a group of freshmen that are being called and asked to be a lot more mature than what you expect from most incoming freshmen. And not only have they stepped up to the plate and done and exceeded those expectations, but they're inviting another group of guys in, the rest of their class, that come in just as ready. So just imagine the amount of depth and the amount of camaraderie that's going to come into this season. And I said this, not only does this team have an energy about themselves, this team shares a like faith. And people will say religion, it ain't about when it don't matter what it is. When you can get a group of young men to think on the same track, to think on the same wavelength, that's a dangerous That's a dangerous group of people to deal with. That's a dangerous team to deal with. Coach Sean, I guarantee you, he can tell you stories about, man, I had a linebacker core, a running back group. Them jokers, I had all 6 of them believing they could run through walls because of what I was teaching them and what I was preaching to them. And there was no drop off I guarantee you. I remember being in the wide receiver core like that. Everything that's thrown our way is ours. That was our mentality. And when you get a group of guys, if you get a group of young men in that type of mindset, you're doing the right things, the proper things to train them, it's a dangerous team to deal with, man.
Yeah. Think about it this way too, because everyone wants to say, okay, well, you guys are being real biased towards Alabama, but guess what? Go apply that towards any other aspect of life.
Anything.
Bringing a group of people together on the same page with the same sort of hunger, desire, passion, and love for each other. Put them on a team. It's different. Why do you think the Navy SEALs are some of the best dudes in the world? Why do you think
that's any branch
always together? Always together.
Why do you think
always
those groups, man? They are one. They function as one, and they dominate for a reason.
Keith Holcomb.
Is that Keith Holcomb that played at Bama?
That's not the Keith. We always do that to him too.
Okay, my bad, Keith.
We always do that to him, but Keith Holcomb. Bring that comment back up for me, Marquita. Shout out to Keith Holcomb. I don't know if you was watching, Keith, my stream from earlier, but I literally said this when I was talking about this recruiting class, right? I said the energy around this campus, the energy around this team reminds me so much of not the 07-08 Coach Saban year, the 08 to 09 year where everybody's like, oh my God, we got a chance to be good. But this time you're not seeing that transition year. This year, I think, man, and this is not being a fan, y'all. I just look at the roster, I look at the coach. I said Coach Kalen DeBoer was just playing for a national championship last year with Washington. This is a team that was not getting top 10 rankings or anything preseason. I think Washington started preseason number 16 or some crazy junk like that. And then after week 2, they bumped up inside the top 12 or something. I mean, Washington was not getting no serious love. And that's a coach out there. Let me say this. Go ahead, and then we're going to transition. Go ahead, brother.
Nothing against the GOAT. Nothing against the GOAT. But Coach Saban, if you catch him in a room by himself, will probably tell you, my staff over the years hadn't been as good.
Say it.
I would almost argue that this staff, just the staff, position coaches are better developers than what we've had in the past. You know, taking out T-Rob maybe, and maybe, right? But I mean, overall, I believe we have better developers on this staff.
Man, listen, Fanatic Sports Network, appreciate you for pulling up, my guy. Definitely going to have you on one of these roundtable segments when we have the whole college football talk segment. But listen, you absolutely are 100% right, man. And this is what I was saying. Nobody's taking anything away from Coach Saban. But with time comes change. And Coach Saban trying to manage every coach on his staff on both sides of the ball, that is becoming too much with all the nuances of the game. A game that's changing week to week, day to day. Like, there's no way you can mentally prepare for that and recruit and manage team policies and hit this charity and do that. Like, you got to let coaches be coaches. You got to have a staff and Coach Saban could never get to that point with these last 2 to 3 years of his career, which is why he went back to get Kevin Steele. Which is why he wanted to have a guy like Kevin Steele so he could manage more so the offensive decision-making and play calling and have somebody that was reliable, but you saw how that worked out. You got to have years and time to build up that chemistry. Kevin Steele's style, yes, we were confident traditionally what he was able to do, but it started to the game is evolving. So,
yes,
like you were saying, bro, Kalen DeBoer and his staff coming in, understanding, hey, there's a vision, and everybody has to be trusted to do their part in order to fulfill it. Simple as that. And that they are doing it at the right time, early. You're doing it in the right spots. What do you have to work with right now? Spring ball and recruiting. You've dominated both. Spring ball was crazy competitive. Recruiting dominated. You jumped from starting to before the recruiting, the official visits season started in June. In the May, you were number 13. Then you jumped to number 8. And now we're number 2. And we still got another 2 weeks left before, you know what I'm saying, before all the primary announcements come out. It's a lot of guys recruiting second week of July, the week of the 13th of July. And I'm telling you, I got some intel, and we're gonna jump into recruiting. Marquita, do we have our recruiting? How many 5-stars will Alabama end up with? Not just 5 stars, but what type of class will this first recruiting class be? We're gonna jump into the segment for like another 15 minutes, fellas, because I really want to hear from our fans on the phone, man, our viewers on the phone. I want y'all. Hopefully, we can get it to where it's coming through, and y'all can hear it too. It usually works, so we'll try it if y'all gonna stick around. But this recruiting class, Coach Sean, in your eyes, and I know we finally, everybody's starting to get privy to a lot more information. The more work you do, more people want to talk to you.
Facts.
Looking at this recruiting class, what's coming, man? What's coming? What's happening? And I've already called a few, but we haven't talked. For everybody's information, the coaches, we don't get to talk as much as we used to. We're not on the same network as much, so it's more so like in passing now. These are my brothers. We all got our platforms that are trying to grow. So when we come together and talk, it's literally right before the show or right as we're saying, let's get together on the show and talk about this. Or sometimes if we hear something, you'll text somebody. But these takes are really authentic. That's why I like doing it this way. I can't, for the life of me, I can't pre-plan a panel. Like, I got to see how everybody moods are, before you know what I'm saying? And so, but yeah, what you feeling, man, as far as this class and what's coming? Rank it, whatever, rate it however you feel, and what it can be like for the immediate future of Alabama.
What I love about this class, man, it's some kids in this class, and I love this so much. We see it with Keelan. I love the fact that it's so many people that get caught up in this star stuff, and you don't even understand it's about development. It's about these coaches seeing kids that can play. One kid, Landon, what's the defensive tackle from Mississippi? Landon Simmons?
Yeah.
Is it London Simmons?
Yeah.
3-star kid, 6'3", 290. Man, if you watch this kid's tape, man, like, I don't know how, and I found out the kid was a wrestler. The kid, same as our tackle, the kid just don't count, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that the kid is, a lot of people just don't know about this kid, but you see now that Bama offered him. Look what came after the LSU offer. Look what came after the Texas offer, right? So what I'm ecstatic about this class, Coach Smook, is it's a lot of kids that people just don't know about. That's hella talented, right? Hella talented. Look at Big Josiah, right? When he got the Bama offer, everybody want Josiah now, right? This kid is awesome. I love the fact that Coach DeBoer and his staff and Courtney Morgan and these guys identify kids that the other people don't know about yet. You so damn wrapped up in stars, you don't even understand that Justin Jefferson was a 2-star. You don't even understand that Devontae Smith from A-Mite was a 3-star until he went down to Miami in that 305 Paradise camp, showed out. So don't get so wrapped up in that, man. These coaches trust what they're doing. They understand development. They understand these kids can flat out play. We got some linebacker. Our linebacker haul that we've got right now with Abdullah and Jake and Harmon. Man, listen. These kids gonna be monsters, man. So I'm really excited about this class, and I love the fact that Alabama is where they're ranked because it shows people that this coaching staff understands what the hell they're doing, even if you don't.
Listen, you hit on the class that's really shaking things up. People are like, why are they going after so many linebackers? You know what my theory is, and I'm gonna stick with it. And this isn't nothing that I've confirmed. It's just my football mind working like it does. So in this 3-4 nickel, this 4-2-5 as they've gotten y'all to call it, this 3-4 nickel set, I think with the bandit and the wolf position, I think they want to really have some rangy hybrid style linebackers that can be bigger framed but can still get out in space and really cover and supplement the coverage, the underneath coverage, the short gains for when guys want to attack, because the pressures that we are going to see Kane Juan McDowell up will be I think this man is really going to let loose. His mind is going to be like a kid with a crayon box full of colors and a white palette as big as you can imagine. And they say just go, and go into the wax is gone off the cramps. That's how I feel he's going to be with dialing up these pressures. But you got to be able to mix it up. And in order to have that, you got to have guys with skill sets such as Noah Carter, such as QB Reese, such as Justin O, such as Caden Jones. Those yes, those guys with that. I mean, you can line them up at the edge. You can line them up at Mike. You can really interchangeable guys that show you their range and their ability to cover. But then you look at this 25 class. You're talking about Duke Johnson. You're talking about Luke Metz. You're talking about Miles Johnson, Abdul Sanders. I mean, that's the one that everybody's sleeping on. But Jaden Harmon, his athleticism it reminds me so much of the likes of maybe a swole Minka Fitzpatrick. Like he's a linebacker version of Minka Fitzpatrick when you turn on the film. So I look at these guys and I say, man, and then they're still targeting guys, man. They're still targeting quality linebackers. And I'm gonna go through this list real quick, and then I'm gonna pass it to you, Jake, so we can get your take on this recruiting. But you're talking about guys like Justin Hill, a guy that I'm really, after that visit, after some of the things that came out with his official visit, I was like, I think now we're trying to get away from having the strong safety play the wolf as a prime. I mean, and I'm talking about base package. I think we're coming away from having a traditional strong safety play the wolf, and you're going to have guys like Luke Metz, Duke Johnson that can stay at 220, 225, 230, and still be your strong safety / linebacker / defensive end all in one.
Yeah.
That
boy first step is crazy.
I mean, bro, I don't think people realize how quick Duke Johnson is
off of the edge.
But then his coverage ability downfield, man, I thought I was watching a free safety walk down in the slot. I mean, and you can get that from a linebacker, somebody, and he's going to get up to 225, 230, as a freshman. Same thing with Noah Carter. You got a guy like Noah Carter with ball skills and athleticism. I'm getting carried away, but I'm looking at just the linebackers that we're targeting. You got Ty Jackson, another guy, Dawson Merritt, another one.
Yeah.
And don't think it's strange if this class comes away with like 7 or 8 linebackers in this class committed, because I feel like that's what we're building. We're building an anatomical makeup or of what we want this defense to look like from a personnel standpoint. So you're going to see more 6'3" DBs get recruited. 6'2", 6'3" guys, 210, 195, 185, 6'1", 210, like bigger DBs, because you want bigger DBs to be on the perimeter. You want bigger DBs as your box safeties, right? For this style of defense, because you're dependent on that pressure. So that's just my quick take on it. I'm gonna make sure I clip that, because I ain't never went into depth about that. I felt like I was one of the preachers that caught the Holy Ghost in them. I felt that right there. You get what I'm saying? But Jake, recruiting, man. I mean, it just makes sense, Sean. At the end of the day, it just makes sense. You start looking at the recruiting. Ain't no way you go and look at this class from right now. We got what is it? 18 commits. I just had it up. How many commits we got?
I have it right here. Let's see here.
We got 18 hard commits, and of the 18, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are highly touted linebacker commits. 4 of them, and you still have more coming and more teetering on that commitment day. Man, it's crazy. Jake, recruiting wise, what's your take on how this staff has done? Is the recruiting game something that we can continue to look for, and who can we start to lean towards and start listening for that name to be called as the next commit?
Ooh, from as far as next commit, I'll have to jump to that one after this. So number one, let's get at this. The staff is doing a great job. I think the staff is doing a phenomenal job of bringing players in. I kind of said this over at Around the Table Sports, but they're bringing players in. They're showing them like, this is how we will utilize you. This is like your position. This is where we see you. This is your growth. Basically giving them a breakdown of here's how we project you over the next 4 to 5 years. Or shorter term, right? Because some of those guys are probably saying over the next 2 to 3 years, because you're going to make it to the league prior and you're not going to be here for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. And you should have those conversations. You should have realistic conversations, and they're doing a good job of breaking that down and making it very clear, not just for the player, but also for their family, which is huge. Absolutely huge. Okay. The next part of that is the guys on the team. right? That freshman class, you brought it up, Coach Smook. They are doing that's pretty funny, Mr. Enrico. I like that, man. Hey, man, I like
Walker.
Consolo too, man. I'm all about that, dude.
I like that, man. I like that, Enrico. That's
Oh, that was
gangsta.
good.
Like
That was
that.
Hey,
good.
Rico a fool, man. You know,
like it,
Rico,
man.
that boy
But
is a fool.
getting back to it, like the biggest thing is the guys, those freshman class. It's so easy for young guys to have the ego and say, man, I would, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, I'll show you around campus. Cool. Hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Hopefully you commit. Like low energy, play the cool card. Okay. Nobody's playing that card there. Everybody's being real. And as I brought up prior, you look at Micah DeBose, when he commits, what does Ryan do? He jumps up, gives him a big hug. Like you're not seeing that on other videos. You're not seeing all the other players jumping around going,
not just Ryan though.
Yeah.
Not just Ryan, but Rock Montgomery, another offensive lineman, upperclassman.
Great job, man. Like, good for you. Like, this is what football is about, damn it. Like, when did it become an individual sport? It never did. Yeah. Like, you guys have to be one mind. You got to love each other. You got to be tight. And you know what they're doing that's real at Alabama, and I have so much respect for, is from the seniors down to the freshmen that just got on campus. Everybody is treating each other like true brothers, right? They are loving each other, and they're bringing – that's why these guys want to come here. Yeah, they get to see the success. They get to see all the cool things and how they can project into these super players, because we have a great training system. We have a great nutrition system. We have a great health system that was going to keep you healthy. We have great coaches that are going to put you in schemes. But the truth is, when you step on the field, you're not stepping on the field with the coaches. When you get between the paint, the coaches are on the outside of the paint. We can only give you a perspective. We can only put you in a scheme and say, try to make this play. The guys who make the plays are between the paint, and you better be tight, because if you are, you can win and you can make it through adversity. Hence, you said earlier, you talked about Caden Proctor. You know what? Him coming back, doing what he did, taking accountability, stepping up, his growth just went through the roof. You're going to watch that guy blow up this year. He is going to be a whole nother type of player. You want to know why? He mentally just hit a hurdle and jumped it like a freaking track star. And you know what that does for you? When you mentally do that, your life you level up big time. Your potential goes through the roof. What's up, way outside? Cotton, how you doing, man? Good to see you guys in here. You guys got a great show. We enjoy listening to it. But the thing is with these players, right, is you are seeing like these guys come in, they're feeling that love, man. They're feeling that energy. They're doing a great job. Every single aspect of this recruiting, they're doing a good job. And I think for a lot of the players too, sometimes parents can be almost too influential, right? In a negative way, not in a positive. I'm talking about in a negative way. Do not, as a parent, one of the things you need to avoid is not putting your bias necessarily on your kid. Okay. Because they got to come to that conclusion. They got to feel it themselves. Right. And most parents do a good job. There's some out there though. Let's be honest, man. Like it's happened for that reason. Right. And so I'm telling you, man, like just really excited for these guys. A lot of excitement in recruiting. Who's our next recruit? Who's the next guy to commit? It's so hard, man. There's so many guys. But we know with the list that's coming up, I think that's Dijon Lee. I think that's favorite upcoming Friday. Right. Man. I believe that Friday he drops out.
Listen, I text Dijon, and I have a small group of people that I share these things with, and not only Dijon but AK Deer.
Oh yeah,
is another young man that I've been talking to, and another young man that I've been talking to, and y'all know I only talk to kids that talk that Bama talk, right?
Yeah,
you know, I only talk, and I was talking to this other young man by the name of Decorian Moore. Surprise conversation. Talking to Decorian Moore. That was definitely a surprising conversation. But then there was also another Texas wide receiver that I talked to. And y'all been talking about this young man by the name of Khalid Lockett. Maybe y'all have heard him, you know. I don't know. Maybe I've heard. But I mean,
baby.
And I'm telling you, I'm going to tell y'all this. Keelan Russell.
Yeah.
Is the key.
Special dude.
Is the key to what Kalen DeBoer's era and tenure of Alabama. Everybody thought it was Ryan Williams. I really think now Ryan Williams more so was like the gift from Saban. Like, here, secure this one and you'll have a head start. You have a strong start here. This kid is not only on the field, but really is a person that people want to play with.
Yeah.
But what I'm telling you right now is that Keelan Russell has an innate ability to say, hey, man, we doing this. Duke Johnson has Daryl Johnson has an innate ability to reach out to his peers and say, hey, man, we doing this. And then there's a young man who has been very soft-spoken about his recruiting, but is very influential amongst his peers that we got a commitment from 2 weeks ago. Chuck McDonald.
Oh, Chuck's great.
Is another major piece of puzzle in getting this. Y'all remember I said this on the other channel, and I've been saying it ever since middle of April. There's this super group text, this super team group text. Dude. And a lot of these kids are starting to say, okay, boom, I'm here, you know. And it's a lot of these players that just want an opportunity to be great. This is your chance. And I hate it for those that stayed and that were committed. You really have to work this year and solidify yourself as a reliable, resource, because these 25 kids, these 24 kids, they're not waiting. And there are some quality guys that are here on this roster that are really going to have to solidify what their worth is, because this staff, they don't slow down with development. So allow yourself to be developed and you won't have nothing to worry about. We won't see a crazy exodus of transfers from upperclassmen next year, and we'll continue to see depth be used. I would love to have depth, continue to have depth with this staff. That's what I think that's what this staff is going to focus on this season, but also just, man, the amount of talent coming in, the recruiting grades, man, off the charts. And but yeah, Dijon Lee is definitely one Friday. I got excited because just talking about him, man, I got worried when he went to Penn State for his visit. It was one of them conversations I was like, because they pulled it out for him. I mean, like they should. And Penn State is not a bad university for a DB. You get what I'm saying? No. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, but
dude, you hit something on the head. I have to say real quick, is like the depth aspect. If you're a recruit, you should not be looking at like how, like, your mindset should not be, oh my God, I got too many guys to compete against. If that's your mindset, this is not the place for you. The SEC is probably not for you. I don't even know if Power 5, Power 4 football is for you. Because in the end of the day, like, if you are a recruit, I will tell you, when I was going through the process of being recruited, dude, I wanted the best players in my class. Why? Because it's not necessarily about me, right? It shouldn't be about me. It's about winning a championship. And Smook, you made the best point. If you are a recruit, you want the depth. You want those guys next to you. You want to compete with them every day, because you want to know how you get better. You compete with the best. Right? You push yourself. You mentally, physically, emotionally, you push yourself. That's how you improve. That's how you get to your goals. That's how you achieve them. So, man, I'm all about that, man. Like, you got me passionate right now. Hell yeah.
Hey, that's not just, it's them. It's that staff. It's that team. It's these players. Like y'all said, man, the videos and clips we've been seeing from recruiting, we've never seen it like this at Bama. So this is fresh to us. We can be fans tonight. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all make sure y'all run the likes up. Make sure y'all share the stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, not just my channel here at the Coach Smook Network, but make sure you go check out my brother's channels. Jake Merrill has his, and Coach Sean has his. Both of them with their tags under their names right now, at Coach J at Coach _J Murray and at JMHO Sports Talk on YouTube. Go make sure y'all check out their channels and y'all are following them. Now, on to the good part. We'll get to talk a little trash. Pull the belts out. Pull the belts out real quick, my brothers. Thanks. Go ahead and pull the belts out real quick, because it's a lot of talk, a lot less talk than where it was in January. But it's a lot of people talking crazy, talking out the side of their neck as y'all hear the music coming on in the background. And the first fan base I want to go with And this is one that I just don't understand. I mean, from their podcasters and team analysts and recruiting coverage guys and their ESPN representative Matt Moscona, all the way down to Bubba Gump Jr. out of Monroe, Louisiana, talking trash on Twitter. Like, bro, what did Bama do to y'all so bad this offseason? We're the ones should be hurting and making these crazy, like, outlandish takes, right? But I want to know, what is your response to, because we haven't been able to talk to Matt Moscano, but there's like a 60, 70% of that fan base that share those idiotic thoughts. So I just want to hear some of the things y'all got to say in response to one LSU fan, and I'm gonna get the band to chill for a second. I think there was and I can't remember what it said verbatim, and I can't find it on Twitter. But this LSU fan, they were happy, you know, they got their 5-star quarterback, right? Isn't it Travis or something? Who's
Bryce
the young man that
Underwood?
Bryce Underwood, yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't at the Elite 11 count, but it's we're gonna talk about that later. But they've got their quarterback. They returned a few guys offensively. They lost like 80% of their offensive production last year. They returned a few talented guys, not a lot of proven guys. Offensive line's going to need some replacing. And we're talking like on the field stuff. Defense, secondary should be straight. They got a lot of experience last year. They lost a few guys in the portal. I didn't see any big portal pickups. I didn't see any big secondary signings out of this class. LSU is not fit to be speaking so crazy, other than the fact that they get to have us at home this year. So, Coach Sean, you take your jab and your hook first, and then Jake, I'll let you come and clean up. Coach Sean, what you got to say to LSU fans?
They fear Alabama. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, these are the same people that cheered as Auburn was celebrating when Coach Saban retired, like literally having a party, a damn fiesta.
They were throwing tissue
on the trees, whatever the hell that is.
Littering.
Right. And they were you would have thought the LSU and the Auburn fans were in kumbaya together because they was cheering them on. Yeah. So when you see their sports writers, their beats writers, their fans all hating on Alabama, like you are so worried about what's going on in Alabama that you're not even applauding your own team's accomplishments, man. So that tells me you're worried, bro. You're worried. It don't matter what they say, guys. It don't matter. I said this on my channel. Anytime you're in Alabama chats, lurking, you're watching Alabama shows, you're watching Alabama, you're watching our recruits, you are more worried about what's going on in Alabama than your own school. You are, by sheer definition, an Alabama fan, right? So that's what it is. They cannot believe Alabama is doing this well without Coach Saban. They just can't believe that. It's hurting their feelings. They upset by that. They fear Alabama. This team has went 3-11 against us the last 14 years. We've whipped your ass 11 of 14 years, man. Why do we need to worry about y'all? We don't care what you do, and we don't care what you do, man. You're an LSU fan. Your own children have no recollection of you ever being good as far as outside of the Joe Burrow year, even though you won a natty. Even though you won a natty before that, they have no recollection of you ever beating Alabama, right? Except for the Joe Burrow year, right? So at the end of the day, Coach Smook, these fan bases are worried about Alabama because they see the success. They'll never tell us that it's success. They see the success. So it's garnering them to say something. Mm-hmm. They have to talk about us. And as far as Matt Moscano, I said this and I'll say it again. You talk about Alabama, not because you hate Alabama. You talk about Alabama because you ain't got no damn other choice. And that's what it is.
He don't, man. Like,
he got no choice.
What? And I'm not taking no shots at you, Matt. I'm just being realistic. You're not entertaining. It's comical because of the things that you say, and it's not comical from a standpoint that we would support you in your stand-up career. It's comical from a standpoint like maybe this gentleman needs a little help. right? Shout out to Billy Joe with the $5 super chat. He said, Brian Kelly has literally never fielded a team that has impressed me. Am I wrong? Roll Tide, roll, gentlemen. I mean, Notre Dame team impressed, right? Until they had to play another Power 5 team with talent, right? The LSU team that he was able to get a victory against Nick Saban's coach, Nick Saban, that was a solid team. They weren't as skilled and as mature as they were the second year, but that defense and that offense was kind of handed to him. A talented team, man. He fit some pieces in the portal, so he did that. But as far as great coaching and all that, I've never seen that from him. I've never seen him develop. I've never seen him really take a guy as a freshman and make him that guy, so I wouldn't give him no credit for being any type of quality coach at any. I mean, he has won, he's been fortunate to be places where he can win. But LSU, Jake, I'm looking at this recruiting class and I'm gonna bring it up on the screen just to kind of give everybody a live look at what their recruits look like. And this is not by far, I'm not taking those shots at the recruiting class, but this kind of supports what Coach Sean was saying. With the fact that you're so worried about what's happening at Bama that you can't even celebrate the fact that you have a number 10 recruiting class and you only have 12 commits, like 12 quality commits, in your 25 class. But you're too busy worried about Bama. And I want people to look at this. They got a 5-star quarterback, right? Coach Jake, talk to him. Like, what's the deal? Why worry about Bama so much?
It's interesting, right? It's like it's so funny because I think for Louisiana and LSU for so long there was such a strong connection to Alabama because of Nick Saban and what he had done for them, right? Like, I mean, legitimately, before he leaves, he brings them back to life, right? Boom, and then from there, they've had some success. I'm not gonna diss on the fact that they haven't had success. I think what's funny now though is that you have a decent recruiting class, right? Like, it's pretty good. You got some good players
none
in
about
there.
that though.
But weird. Why would you put all your center focus on Alabama now? And it's like, we can finally attack them because they're weak.
Facts.
Whoa. Time out. Where the F did you read that? And where did you see that? I don't know what little gap you think I saw you could get through. It's not happening, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing. Like, where'd you come up with this mindset, right? And it's such a weird take to attack it from a recruiting standpoint,
right?
I've never seen an aspect of where a fan base goes so hard after just necessarily the recruiting. They're not even talking about from a standpoint of
what
the guys
on the field,
right? Where's all these other aspects? They're talking about strictly, a quarterback. They're talking about a couple of guys who are 3 stars. Well, those 3 stars, let's be honest with you, those dudes are going to be ballers. And you know what? Our quarterback is probably going to be, if not number 1 or 2, at the lowest, maybe 3.
They're giving him they're saying Keelan is going to be number 4 and going into his senior year. Which is fair. It's respectable.
Fair. Yeah.
Looking at his growth from last year to this year, definitely, and then seeing that performance at Elite 11 definitely fits there. But Jake, I want to kind of hark on something that you said before we move to the next fan base. It's the recruiting class, the comparison. It's like LSU is still doing what LSU was doing when Coach Saban was at Bama. Like, they're still playing little brother. They're getting a 5-star, but where's the supplement? Like, who wants to play with every 5-star? You don't see kids wanting to play with many of these guys. Like, I don't see a lot of these kids in social media banding together to build a strong class at LSU. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, man, you hit it on the head there.
Right. And then also, but to be Matt Moscona, why are you leading this revolt against a subject matter in recruiting that literally anybody can go and find this information and see if you're telling the truth or not? And you sat there and called this man who has never on any recruiting site been rated a 3-star. At no point you sat there and say we flipped a 3-star from SMU. And this was a quarterback that LSU was after before, even during his commitment. We're still trying to get him to LSU on the official. So, I mean,
let me say something real quick before we jump off of this, because I know we're moving on to the next subject. Is I would be more scared of quiet confidence than I would be of loud talk. There's, what they say, The quiet man in the room, that dude, you don't fuck with him.
Yep.
There's a reason for that. And
Yep.
you know what? Bama, for the most part, they're not out there talking about any. We're not out there like, you know, they're players, they're coaches, they're dudes who are committing, right? Like, they're out there focused on their brotherhood. They're out there focused on their brotherhood. It's very interesting that all these other aspects are being pulled up from, especially guys like, you know, LSU, which is a weird look, man. I know you guys want to win, but that's not the way you do it. It starts, the fan base is real important to how you win. How you win dictates how you are a champion, right? And so you need to think about that, man. Like, I don't know. That's a weird way to go about it.
All right. So transitioning to another fan temperature check, and this one doesn't surprise me. Two fan bases, I kind of have started to group them in the same category, being they finally, well, one has in recent years has been to the national championship. They won. They actually beat us to get there. But we got our get back. We got our get back in 2020, which is Ohio State. The overrated state university is what I like to call them, because they do. I mean, year in and year out with those soft schedules. But Tennessee fans, and I'm gonna let Coach Sean take this one first, because I know. Look at him. He listen. So, but Tennessee fans, and this and I will take my account. I will take a moment and be accountable. I have looked at this thing from such an unbiased standpoint and consider what this roster is bringing back and the talent that they have yet to develop in Nico and that wide receiver core, because they do return some quality guys. They do return an experienced offensive line. They might not have as much depth at the defensive line, but they do return some quality guys at defense. And their secondary probably is going to be one of the worst in the SEC. If I'm being honest, their secondary is going to be one of the worst. So for Tennessee fans to be so confident, I'm appalled. But to have so much faith in Nico, who has yet to play any real competition, and to think that he's going to somehow outperform Jalen Milroe, who literally just dog walked your probably your best roster that you've seen in this early Josh Heupel era, just dog walked him, shut him out in the second half. You don't think, Coach Sean, go to work?
Man, listen, Tennessee, bro. I can't even listen or even take serious a ball fan, right? Like it. I, bro. Listen, there's nothing to say but you suck. Like you bad, bro. Like your team suck. Your basketball team suck. Your volleyball team suck. You without Pat Summitt, your girls basketball team suck. Like. Your football team just suck, bro. Like you're not good, bro.
Man,
but here's where I will give them credit, Coach Smook. When it comes to cheering against Bama or hating on Bama, or even worried about Alabama, you're number one for me. Because when you don't have any hope of your own see, Coach Smook, you can't expect somebody to have something for themselves. You can't expect people to respect you when they ain't got nothing for their damn self.
Right.
Like let me say that again. You can't
watch a dumpster truck riding up. You know what I'm saying?
You cannot expect people to respect you when they ain't got nothing for their damn self. Right. So when you see Tennessee talking about what Alabama's doing, it's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. Like it really brings me joy to hear Tennessee fans talking about Alabama. I don't even get mad at them. Right. LSU piss me off. I don't even get upset at Tennessee. Tennessee's like that little ass gnat in your ear when you outside at night.
A good gnat.
You keep swinging at it, and it just keep coming back in your little ear. Damn, right? I don't even take them serious, bro. You should just focus on having a decent season. We're gonna absolutely knock your damn block off when we play you. Period. Like that's a given. Even worse than LSU. We've whooped your asses. What, 16 years out of 18 or 17 or something like that?
It was like 15 straight.
15
or
straight?
Something like that before they got their first one the year before last. So, yeah, it was 15 straight.
When I hear Tennessee fans talking, to sum it up really quickly, I don't even pay attention. You're not even worthy of Alabama fans even addressing you, bro. Like, nobody gives a damn what you say. Your color is ugly. I don't like the state because it's too many hills, right? Your orange is not even orange. I don't know what the hell color that is. It's fluorescent or something. I don't know what that is. It's not orange, right?
So vomit.
You in Texas having fights about which one is the real orange when they neither color. Texas is brown and your color is the same color as the people where to put buggies up at Walmart. that orange, that's what you is. So I don't even pay them any attention, bro. You got a quarterback who I can't even pronounce his last name. So you can have all that. You're Tennessee, man. That should be depressing enough.
I want to just kind of transition this over to brother Jake, but in the midst of transitioning this, they have talent. We're not going to sit here and act like they don't, but
and that's the sad part.
That's the sad part about it. They have talent, and they will not. I feel like, yes, that will be the game where we find out what our team is. I feel like the environment will be there. I feel like they have that crazy fan base in Tennessee, but they are just as crazy to believe that. I mean, I see Tennessee fans talking about Alabama's 9-3, 8-4, 7-5. Like, these are, I mean, real like analysts, people that say they know the game of football and have watched Kalen DeBoer, what he's done at Washington, come to Alabama and seen what Alabama did to your squad last year and saw what defenses did to your quarterback last year. Even Nico Imalamalama, that boy, you get what I'm saying? Like that boy got something going, but is he going to be able to pick it up when it's all? What happened? I said his name wrong. I need a Tennessee fan to help me. What's the boy name?
I do too.
I need help. I mean, I couldn't say Tua name right, but
me either.
for like the first year when he, I just call him Tua Tonga. Tua Tonga. That's all we was calling him, Tua. Little Tua. But Nico and Lama Lama, that boy, he's gonna have a learning curve being the starting quarterback. And Tennessee fans, I think y'all should pump y'all brakes and kind of lower the expectations. Now, if he exceeds those expectations, good for y'all, good for him. But I don't think that young man is ready for what's going to be coming to Tennessee, especially this year. That's a big game as a freshman to handle. Freshman year, Alabama coming in town. Right. Jalen Miro on a Heisman push. Kalen DeBoer in his first year trying to establish himself in the SEC, but in college football, solidify his name as a respected coach. It's going to be dangerous for Tennessee. And y'all fans that's talking all this crazy noise, I got plenty of receipts right now. I can't wait to put those clips together. Jake, I want you to talk more so to the Ohio State fan base. I know I gave Coach Sean Tennessee because that's just, I know he just can't stand them.
Yeah.
You with Ohio State, you kind of got a different tie to him being from Pac-12 country, that cross rivalry. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing a lot of that cross rivalry. But then being a Bama fan, you know, and seeing the tradition between Ohio State, why Ohio State fans all of a sudden got this newfound confidence? I mean, I understand you got the $18 million that you spent on this transfer portal, these guys in the portal. I understand you bought the number one receiver in this class, I believe. I understand you got Chip Kelly as your OC now, right? I understand. I mean, you got all this stuff that you've already had, right? you've had all this stuff.
100.
What changes now?
That's going to be the biggest question, right? Is like, what does change now? Like, how do you guys finally put it together? It did, you know, Ryan Day, from his standpoint of bringing Chip Kelly in, is it try and save me type of move, right? Because if he does not win out, I'm going to tell you right now, Michigan's
just hired his replacement.
I mean, maybe, right? But Michigan's doing something over there. You know, Sherrone Moore is not messing around. I'm watching right now as they're getting commit after commit. They're getting heavy interest back in. I'm impressed with them picking up the pieces that they've had to kind of put back together because they lost key portions over at Michigan. I don't think they're going to go. Ohio State is going to be expected to win every single game. They're probably going to be expected to be just as good, if not better, than Georgia. Yes. Mm-hmm. Because of what talent they're saying is on the field. Okay.
And then
fine.
The schedule.
Well, their schedule's cush. I mean, their schedule, shoot, I was just pulling that up. I mean, it is literally ranked, I think, They had.
I think it's like number 87 or something like that. Numbers 87 out of 130.
I mean, it's insane. You look at this. You play Akron, Western Michigan, Marshall, at Michigan State, Iowa, at Oregon, Nebraska, at Penn State, Purdue, at Northwestern, Indiana, and Michigan. There's maybe 4 games on there that should be a challenge. The problem is for them that they'll go into those games like they do every year, and they will not be able to the mind frame, right? And I don't know if it's from the head coach aspect, right? Because we've seen it year after year, is where they look over their opponent and they do not play up to the level that they should with the amount of talent they have, right? They have done the least with the most. You've heard that quote so much, right?
That's what I was trying to say. They do,
yeah. Ohio State is a storied program. There's a lot of respect behind Ohio State's name. There's a lot of things that they've done that has been really good. We don't want to take away from their past victory and their past accomplishments as a program, because there have been some very successful things out of there. But since Ryan Day has become the head coach, why has it just not clicked? You had one season truly where you went in and you were really competing, and that quarterback is probably what made that happen in the end. Other than that, right? We haven't hit things like full through with the talent you should have. Right. Again, that aspect, I talk about between the paint. That's really important. But there's also the piece of being able to make sure all of your talent is on the same page, right? And I don't know why, but there seems to be always disconnect somewhere. No matter what passion, no matter what you do, from his standpoint, the things do not end up on the same page. So, Ohio State, it's interesting that they have the talent that they have, that they keep going this route, that they spent like $30 million on this recruiting.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's the transfer guys. It was 18 million being reported. And then for this recruiting class, though, some of the deals, it did amount up to like 31.8 or something like that. It was something crazy. That's crazy. And I'm telling you, man, that's what's going to kill college football. Because even though it doesn't directly affect Alabama, Georgia, Texas, all these other schools, it does indirectly affect it, because now you got to think a lot of those guys were getting recruited by some of these other schools, and we're not selling them this fake dream. They actually had the means to really assemble a team and put you on a squad where realistic development can happen, and you can set your. I think Ohio State is in the worst position than any Power 5 team right now when it comes to the pressures of what's expected. You have the weakest schedule, you have the most talented team, you spent the most money for this roster, and you have a head coach who has yet to develop any type of talent on his roster, as much talent that he's been given, yet to really develop and send any quality talent off to the NFL. Everything that he sent off to the NFL has either come through from transfers, or he's had those 1 or 2 offs where they just were those dudes that kind of just stood out amongst the underperforming team or underachieving team. So kind of just Ohio State fans, pump your brakes a lot. Pump the brakes. Like really, really pump the brakes. I understand y'all going to go 11-1, possibly 12-0. But it's not.
Dude, their schedule does not favor them for the playoffs at all.
I mean, if they lose 2, they're not making the playoffs, because what two losses do you lose? What 2 games do you lose with this schedule? And you get ahead of a 9-3 team that's got a 15 strength of schedule, and you're sitting in the bottom half of the hundreds of strength of schedule.
And
not to mention, go ahead, Sean.
They super talented everywhere but one position, the trigger man.
Exactly. Who's going to throw the ball? And I know you got Will Rogers, but what has Will Rogers done? I mean, you at Kansas State. You're at Kansas State, where you only get the big games where you show up is like against teams when they're hurt. Texas was hurt when Kansas State showed up, right? True or false? Let's be real. Texas was not 3 deep at the D line like they were against us. They weren't rotating those guys. They had some injuries on the back end. Who else? I think
they played in the bowl game, that freshman Lincoln Keen Holes.
I mean,
Missouri was about to kill that boy after the other one got hurt.
And then Julian saying, I'm hearing he's not even in the runnings for snaps right now. Like, so, you know, and no slight at the kid, but hey, it was a reason why Kalen DeBoer said what he said. We got another quarterback coming in, Austin Mack. This is a guy that we've recruited for our system. We like your ability to possibly develop in the system, but this is the type of guy we look. So we appreciate you. You know, if you want to stay and compete, we encourage you to. If you feel like there's an opportunity belts elsewhere, you know, go handle your business. And he followed old Bill O'Brien out there and now Bill at Boston College. I'm surprised Julie is ain't at Boston College right now. You might as well. It's clear that you following him. That check probably got him tied down a little bit though. But before y'all go, fellas, I want to do this. At least we gotta at least take one phone call, man. The phone call line is coming open. Listen, I'm gonna put this up here. Call segment is up next. I want to take one phone call. Listen. You got the three coaches, 3 out of the 5. We got a 5-man. We got a Fab 5 squad that we got. Y'all remember us, the fellas, the coaches. Listen, when you call in, all you need to say is your name. Hey, this is so-and-so. Put me in the game, coach. That's what I need you to say. That's what we need, because I want this to be a good calling segment. And the topic of discussion, this is a comment that was given to us earlier. So what I do, fellas, I try to get highlighted comments and anything that kind of sparks a good conversation to end the show that could take us 10, 15 minutes. I kind of try to highlight it. And this one at the beginning of the show was a hot one. Shout out to Philip Thomas coming in and says, what does the Keelan Russell signing and performance in the Elite 11 competition mean for Ty Simpson and Dylan Larnagin? What does the Keelan Russell signing and performance in the Elite 11 competition mean for Ty Simpson and Dylan Larnagin? And I'm gonna answer this. I'm gonna answer it first. And then we're going to open the phone lines. So I'm going to say this. His performance at the Elite 11 does nothing. It does nothing. It says nothing other than he's a quality quarterback like we thought he was when this staff went after him and got him to flip. It doesn't say nothing. But his signing and his development curve and the way I expect him to develop, it definitely says, be careful, Ty Simpson. Be careful, Dylan Larnagin. You have to, one of those guys, either one of those quarterbacks have to go and solidify their value this year and be ready just in case Miro doesn't. And I highly doubt Miro doesn't turn it over. I feel like this is Miro Heisman year. But whoever the guy is, they have to be decisively the number 2 guy. It can't be a 2A, 2B situation. It got to be a 2. And then it could be a 3A, 3B situation. It can't be no 2A, 2B situation with a guy like Keelan Russell. Listen. On the line, we got our first caller in there. Fellas, let me know if y'all can hear this. Caller, you on the line, 205. You're on the line with Coach Smook, Coach Sean, and Coach Jay. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Coach Smook, it's Zachary from Tuscaloosa.
All right, Zach. Hey, y'all, Zach is in the game. Let me turn the music down. Zach is in the game. So, Zach, tonight is a little different with the phone call segment. We got 3 minutes starting now. The question is, Zach, and you're going to answer, and then I'm going to let you ask the coaches a question and kind of reference to it. Is Keelan Russell signing with this class? What does that mean for Ty Simpson and Dylan Larnagin?
It means one, if not both, will leave Alabama to take their talents elsewhere to give them a chance to play if they cannot compete. You know, and we'll find out during the season, you know, if they're going to be able to compete for the job and everything. But if they can't compete, then, you know, there's no point in them sitting on the bench the whole career. You know, they need to go somewhere and try to get some film out if they want to go pro, you know.
Okay. Coach Sean, say something real quick. Say hey to Zach and see if he can hear you.
What's up, Zach? How you doing? This is Coach Sean. Can you hear me?
I can't hear him.
He can't hear you. Daggone it. I'm gonna route it the right way next time. I'm gonna do it the right way. I know exactly what I got because we had it right one time. Sorry, you remember I had it right.
Oh yeah,
we was both talking on the phone. So yeah, we got it. I know what we're gonna do. But Zach, so the coaches have heard your statement. Is there something that you want to ask either one of them? I'm gonna let you ask it because they can hear you. And when you ask it, say your shout out to the AAA fam, and then get off the line so they can answer your question, bro.
Okay. coaches, what does Keelan Russell bring to this Alabama squad as a freshman?
Ooh, easy, but complex at the same time. Zach, I appreciate that question. Anything you want to say to the Triple A fam and the viewing audience before I let you go?
Just Roll Tide AAA family, and I'll see y'all in September.
Yes, sir. Look, that tailgate about to be lit. Zach, I'm telling y'all, Zach gonna act up. So shout out to Zach for being the first call-in on tonight's call-in segment. So we're not going to be able to hear them when they say Coach Smook or put me in the game, but we're going to take like 3 calls. That was a pretty good, quick one there. That was pretty good. So the question to y'all fellas, and I'm gonna let Jake go first, and then we're gonna let Sean go first. What does Keelan bring to this class? And we're doing rapid fire. What does Keelan bring to this freshman class? What does he bring to Alabama as a true freshman?
I think A, he brings confidence. B, he brings leadership. C, I think he brings unity. And, honestly, D, he brings competitiveness.
Yeah. 100%. Coach Sean.
I think he brings athleticism. I think he brings a quiet leader. I think he brings a 14-1 record from high school, if I'm not mistaken, and a kid that knows how to win. He won't be intimidated.
For sure. Me personally, I think, like you all said, same thing you all said. But another thing is he brings a charisma that says, hey, if I play with this dude, if he brings his energy, if I play with this dude, I got a good chance of winning. If you think about when Tua signed with Bama, a lot of the players said the same thing about him, especially the skill position guy. But there were also guys who wanted to protect him, who thought that he would make them look good by being at that O-line. If you look at how this class is being formed and what they're doing right now with this 25 class, look at the front. If you get Ty Haywood to commit, which I'm telling you, I'm about 97% right now. I was 85% 2 weeks ago when I called it. I'm about 97, 98% right now. And that's only because I haven't been able to talk to this young man in about a week. And I know why. I know when they get quiet, I get this feeling. When they get quiet. Duke did the same thing to me. The day before he was ready to commit, I mean, everybody was like, Georgia this. I'm like, y'all just don't know. And same thing happened with Michael Carroll. So shout out to those guys. We got another caller on the line. 205-482. Got you on the line. It's your boy, Coach Smook, Coach Sean, and Jake. Coach Jake, who's on the line?
It is Rico.
Oh, snap. It's Rico.
Man,
Rico, what's up, my boy? How you feeling, man?
Oh man, I'm just enjoying this camaraderie, this collection of awesome minds.
Look, roll tide, Rico. I appreciate it, man. And the fellas, they can hear you. You can't hear them, but they can hear you, man. And I know they appreciate it too, bro.
All right.
Hey, you got the stream up in the background. You can turn that down for me.
Oh, okay. I thought I had it down enough.
Rico, now you got that surround sound, that movie theater surround sound. You gotta turn that thing down when you get on the phone, Rico.
But to answer that question though, man, what Keelan is gonna bring, what does that mean for Dylan Lonergan and Ty Simpson? They better step their game up this year. That if they hungry, then they better show that they hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for sure, because I guarantee you when Keelan step on campus, that boy gonna show he hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And as Coach Sean would say, he gonna be putting belt to ass.
Yes, sir. Hey, Rico, you got a question for the panel that you want some insight on? It could be recruiting. It could be a certain recruit you want to get your take. Like the last caller, Zach asked about not Ty Simpson, but Keelan Russell. Is there a certain recruit that's committed recently that you would like to hear about? Or anything in regards to Alabama football recruiting right now?
I kind of wanna pick Coach Sean's brain since he's a running back.
Okay.
since he's a former running back, I want you to I want Coach Sean to talk about his favorite running back so far, and if is there
College.
anybody that's still out there that he would want to sign? He would want to commit to Bama.
Oh, your favorite running back commit right now to Bama. Well, right now we only have one. That's Turbo. One
Yeah.
hard commit. Now I think he can answer the targets. He can tell you some of the targets that we're looking at. And kind of expound on that. I'll let both of them do that. How about that, Rico?
Yeah.
All right, what you got to say to the family before you get up out of here, man?
Man, just if y'all stay up, don't let nothing bring y'all down. And if you're having a bad day, look in the mirror and smile at yourself.
That's gonna make me cry even worse. I'm just playing, man. Appreciate you, Rico, my boy, for real, man. Hey, don't forget, tune in tomorrow, man. We got the call-in show in the morning.
All right.
All right, man. Roll Tide, Rico. Yo, shout out to Rico, man. Listen, Rico. Hey, Sean, we got to meet Rico. I got that picture. I gotta make an edit to it. You know what I'm saying? It was an extra,
man.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So to answer that question, man, Sean, he was asking you about the current running back commit, Turbo. Basically, your feels on him, and then also any other targets out there that you would love to just add to this class, or if they was to commit, what do they bring to this class?
Yeah, I love Turbo, man. I love Turbo because I think every team needs a back like that. I think every team needs a home run hitter. I think really we've been missing that in the last couple of years. No disrespect, but I think we've been missing that kid that really could that kid that could plant his foot in the ground and take it 90 yards, that 10, 500-meter guy.
Yeah.
You need a kid. You need that type of kid on your roster, man. I know we got Justice and we got Jam, but I love the kids that can really put their foot in the ground and it's over with, right? DeAnthony Thomas from Oregon, that type of kid, smaller, but a kid that man, if he get in front of you, it's over, right? So I really enjoy that about Turbo. I think he has a place in this offense, like a huge place in this offense.
Yeah.
As far as commits that I wish we could have had, it's a commit that committed somewhere else to Auburn. I liked, right, Mr. Henderson, Alvin Henderson, but I like Ackland Deer just as well. I think Ackland is a north and south kid. He runs behind his pads. He catches the ball well. He's not scared to block. Kid is really good at his jump cut. He got great vision and fits what we like to do here. Kid that can still take it to the house on you. So I love Ackland Deer, and I really, really, really hope, Enrico, that we can get that young man.
Right. Not only Ackland Deer, and I'm gonna say mine and pass it to Coach Jake, but I'm excited. I like Jordan Davison. I feel like if you can get Jordan Davison to accent what we currently have in Turbo, you get your two backs out of this class. But I wouldn't be surprised if this staff goes and gets three backs in this class. You got a group of backs right now in Jam who can come out after this season, which is realistic. His style of play is definitely the style of running back that can go early second round, or late second round, early third round in the demand for running backs for next year's draft. And it can be a breakout year for him where he's just a change of speed back, and that's what his total yards production shows. And then you got guys like Kevin Riley, Daniel Hill, Justice Haynes. They're going to have to be there another year. You secure this class with three running backs. You're talking about having guys that are going to sit for 1 year, and they could be the next group of Richard Young, Justice Haynes, and Jam Miller. You get what I'm saying? You got a chance to bring in, keep that three rotational back, that stable of backs in that class. So Jordan Davison is one that I'm excited about. What about you, Jake?
Yeah, I obviously with Turbo, phenomenal back. I mean, his speed, his power, honestly, his balance in general is really good, right? Like, and that's what you want in a running back. His ability to kind of stay where he's at, like within the ground, to how high he gets when he runs. Right?
Yeah.
He has the perfect balance of that, and not to mention he has kind of that really smooth footwork, whereas he finds the hole and he goes. Exactly what you need in a running back. I think Turbo is and he kind of, what's interesting with him from a social media standpoint, what I've seen is he's more reserved,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So he's a worker. One of the things that can be really respected when you see those guys like that, who I just kind of put nose to the grindstone and go, those are really great key
Just the
aspects.
same.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I was just going to go with that. Obviously, everybody has their different. I like Jordan Davidson, obviously West Coast guy for me. I get to see that. I really respect his run style coming from Mater Day. He's playing against talent and right in the Trinity League. Those guys got to ball out. Ackland Deer, though, has another level that I like of explosiveness. So it's hard to say which one of those guys I would want. I mean, and we can't forget we had who was it? Harry Dalton, the USC commit was here too.
Yeah, this past weekend.
Harry Dalton. Yep. And so Harry is another running back. Now we'll see what happens, right? USC, like Ole Miss right now, it's very interesting to see what happens with these guys who are uncommitting and deciding to go a different route, and what their perspective is. And I'm trying to think if we had any other guys here.
Shakai Mills.
Yeah, there you go. So with Shakai, go ahead.
I think with Shakai, his running style clashes with what's already in front of him. And if we weren't pressing him that hard, is because you look at the likes of Kevin Riley and what's committed in Turbo, and you're like, okay, we have that type of back already. And Shakai literally is another Kevin Riley. I mean,
he's a bigger back,
but still that he's not the pound back. He's the let me hit my hole and go. And I love that about Kevin Riley. Like, I don't think people realize the type of talent we have in this running back room right now. So securing two backs in this 25 class is not going to be an easy feat. And I think if they are committed, they understand what's in front of them and they understand the development curve that's expected of them. That's why I said the flip of having AK Deer, having the Ackland Deer, to have that flip and on the horizon, that's huge for saying what this coaching staff can preach to these young men as far as our trajectory for your career and your development.
Yeah,
I think Kevin Riley and AK Deer are very similar when I watch them.
Me too. That's what I see.
I think one is 5'11", 195, and the other 6'1", 205 or 200 or something like that. Very similar kids.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you always traditionally you want to be like too deep with a certain style of back, and then you offset with a speed back and a power back, right? When you talk about a rotation. So if we're looking at a Kylan Deere and Kevin Riley being that next two set of Jam and Justice, right? And then having Daniel Hill offset them with the possibility of a Jordan Davidson in that class or a Turbo off. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of build. And I talked about this earlier, the anatomical makeup of this team, not necessarily the scheme, but how do we want to look? What skill sets do we want available in order to make the schematics of everything work on both sides of the ball? And you're starting to get a good idea based off their recruiting targets and who they're really targeting and getting commits from. So,
it's a great. I think AK would probably be the one that I would go for. Obviously, as you said. So, not just ranking, but just his style.
Yeah, and I remember talking to him before he committed to Ole Miss, and I told him Kiffin would be somebody that would use him. You looked at how, and the reason, I guarantee you, and I'm speculating, this isn't nothing he's told me, but I guarantee you Kiffin sold him on the idea of being Quinshawn Judkins.
That's what my thought process was too. I mean, the same thing.
Similar style, similar upside, similar style. I mean, quickness is there, breakaway speed is there, power. Kylan Deere reminds me, if we had to bring an on-roster comparison, he reminds me of Josh Jacobs / Kenyon Drake mix because his size, but his running style is so diverse. But one thing about him is that twitch, being able to get into the holes and break out on the other side. So that's kind of the topics for tonight, y'all. Listen, small talk segment. Here we go. Let me turn the music back on. Shout out to these boys for pulling up on the Coach Smook Network, man. Coach Sean, Jake Merrill. We were supposed to have time equipment together, man. I gotta have face camera content because I do all these clips, man, and I love to get everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? So Really got some stuff lined up for the game coming up into the fall camp. I actually have I'll be in Tuscaloosa, not next week. I have a Zoom this weekend, but I'll be in Tuscaloosa, I think the 3rd week of July. So around the time when guys are reporting back, might see a lot more collabs to start getting the on-site reporting going back in the way that you all like it. So and I'm not trying to be a team reporter this year, but I do feel like we'll have some different things to do. But fellas, Coach Sean, you take it away first, man. Tell the people where to find you and how they can support what you're doing, brother.
Big shout out to Coach Smook, man, for having us, man. Always good to tap in with Coach Smook, man. Huge impact on me. You know what I mean? For doing this. Him, Ty, Jay Meir, Coach Jay. You know, these guys all have great impacts on me, man. You guys in the chat have always supported me. Always love. You can always still tap in with me, though, at JMHO Sports Talk on Twitter and YouTube. Just my humble opinion, man. I'm very appreciative of you all, and roll Tide for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jake Merrill, go ahead and tell the people where they can find you at.
Yeah, man. No, it's a pleasure to be on here and honestly just to be with the guys. Like, we have a lot of fun together. And if it wasn't for these guys, I wouldn't be in the position I'm at right now, which is starting my own channel. You can actually search it just right here. Oh, other side, right there, down below. You can search it at Coach_J-Mayer on YouTube. It's called Set the Tone, Alabama and College Football Talk. It's a lot of fun. I'm excited to get started, to collaborate with all these guys. We're going to have a lot of fun. You can also catch me on Twitter. That's my handle. Very much appreciate everybody for the support. And honestly, I'm just humbled by the response and getting after it. So it's good to see everybody tonight. And Coach, thanks for having me on the show too, man.
Man, 100%, fellas. Oh, wrong one. 100%, fellas. It's y'all already know, man. It's Coach Smook Network. I'm planning on building this super, what we were working on before, this super thing of content, super network of content where you're going to get every aspect of college football, Alabama coverage, fan support, fan interaction. You know, authenticity above all is what we stand for. And yeah, we definitely going to keep this thing going. I got some other recruiting analysts that are out there. That's what they do. They get out there, they do the legwork of recruiting. I don't necessarily do it like they do. I just rely on being able to communicate with these guys over the phone, talk to them, video chat, you know, things of that nature. Some of these gentlemen are out there at the high schools, at the fields, getting the pictures. They've took years to build staffs and build relationships, and I'm developing those relationships, and we're providing a platform for them to come and share their knowledge. You know, they're willing to support Coach Smook Network and what the vision that we're pushing and give us what we're privy to. So I'm glad to do that. Scout Larry on Twitter, man. Hall Tech Sports, all those guys, man. We're collabing. We're making things happen. Sharpshooter Sports, Sharpshooter Podcast. We, you know, collabing with them. I mean, it's a lot of people. We got Christian Sites covering basketball. We collabed with him. I don't know if y'all saw that episode, but I think that shook. I think that ruffled some feathers, you know, and I think we were both glad to ruffle some feathers in that type of fashion because, like we both said, it's all about getting the real out there and changing this whole aspect and mindset of what this content is and what it's about. But for all of you that don't know, this is the Coach Smook Network. You can find me at Coach Smook on all platforms. This week, y'all, we got some more hot content lined up. Tomorrow's call-in show tomorrow morning will be fire again. We got some topics. We're talking recruiting. Got some class of 25 guys that will be showing up tomorrow evening. So we might have a special guest coming on and do one of the interviews with me. Might be having a not interview, but having a conversation with me and our special recruit guest. May have a few guys checking in. Some are our familiar faces here. Y'all know last week Michael Carrick called me while we was live. Called FaceTiming me while we live. I'm like, this I'm from the beach. You seen I had to do it. Yeah, I saw it, Michael. You a week behind. Why you ain't call me today when you was about to do it? Because your show caught me off guard. But we're working on getting a lot of guys over here, y'all. So continue to support. We might have a special feature Thursday night. Can't say that name yet. We'll find out tomorrow if we can actually promote that publicly. But we got Kangaroo Black stopping through Friday evening, y'all. Friday evening, we got Kangaroo Black. Yeah. So can't wait to have that content, and it's gonna be live. No pre-recorded. We're gonna be live. I know I told y'all last week I retired from G14 classified, but if Kangaroo pull up, I might have to come back out of retirement, and definitely gonna bring the bros on because I won't be by myself. Well, I wasn't by myself last weekend. I just bro, I went over the.
Hey man, so did I.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jake,
you guys didn't hear me in Discord.
We didn't hear you, but we was reading the message. Yeah, they said on 21, just keep trying to break.
Yeah,
like I broke through that mug and I kept going, but it was fun, man. Shout out to Jason over there, Jason Watkins over there, Hall of Fame with the coaches.
Jason.
Him and Rico Cooper. Is it Rick Cooper or Rico? I don't know why I want to keep calling him Rico.
Eric,
but Coach Coop over there, and I forget the other gentleman's name. I feel so bad because he was the one. He was amping me up. The older gentleman, Notre Dame.
Oh yeah, Coach Roy Ball. You know
Coach Roy Ball. Yeah,
dude, that guy's like
a legend, right? I couldn't think of the name all day, and I'm like, man, I just read his bio,
dude.
I just read legend, and
legendary coach.
Y'all know Coach Smook. I'm just an interpersonal person. Like they fell in love with your boy, and I'm like, man, I'm falling in love with they vibe. I can't wait till we have the Texas, Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Oklahoma, like the whole panel, just 12 live. You get what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, I will be the mediator. I will be the host of that and do round table style. Hey, yep. Hey, and then I got a text at the same time, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all, hey, get ready for a commitment. I'm about to go ahead and make my cryptic tweet to make people mad.
Is it tonight?
Yeah. Yep. It's gonna be tonight.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, it's actually gonna be in the morning, 8:00.
Okay.
8:00. Is that 8:00? I ain't gonna say the time zone because that'll tell you where it's coming from.
Yeah, see, Money just dropped his little hint too. So
yeah.
you know Courtney Mo. Man. Yeah, dude.
So, like I was saying, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in, fellas. Again, I appreciate y'all for gracing the panel. Y'all know I don't take this for granted. I tell the people all the time, man, and I see them come through and I see them check out y'all shows and the support that they bring with the AAA community. I tell them that's what we about. That's what we do. And I have it set up now in Discord. We have a network promotions channel. Anytime you guys go live, I need y'all information now so I can set it up in the Discord. But anytime you guys go live, it will automatically put a notification out. Coach Sean is live. Coach Jake Merrill is live. Coach, all of the content creators that we approve. We're not doing this for everybody. You got to show love to get love, and these my brothers, right? These my brothers. They've been there, so they definitely gonna get love. And so as I grow, they gonna grow. And y'all, if y'all can, man, check out them tickets for the tailgate party. That thing is gonna be a banger. We got the spot laid out, bruh. We have it laid out. The spot. If you've been to T-Town, if y'all know the railroad track next to Malmore, the little shopping plaza and all that, before you cross over and you passing Malmore on the right and Jack's on your left, it's T-Town Cafe next to them apartments. We got that parking lot right there, bro. The whole parking lot. The spot where everybody's going to be walking past. Coach Smook Network and the AAA family is going to be right there with our big old 20-foot projector screen, blow up inflatable. We got, man, the layout's going to be crazy. I'm gonna share with y'all. At another day when we ain't got to go to bed and get ready for work in the morning. But y'all be easy, man. I appreciate y'all boys. And again, I thank y'all 100%. God bless y'all, man. And it's all love, bros. It's all love.
Bro. Likewise, sure, as always, man. I'm right here with you. Me and Jake both. Tired with you. James with you. We always tap in, hit the like. Yeah, man. Facts. Much love to the AAA, man. For sure.
Yeah, and everybody that wasn't here the other day. Well, I told my all right, Marquita, I seen you, sis. But I told my chat, man. I showed them a screenshot, and they already hip to what's going to be happening happening tomorrow. So if you're in my moderator group, keep your mouths closed or I won't do it again. And yeah, act like you know something. Act like you know something. But with that being said, thank y'all for joining. Again, AAA family, I appreciate you all 100%. As we close, man, don't forget, think about becoming a member of this AAA family. And if you have not become a member of the AAA family, this is how you do it. And this is going to be the closing statement. After this commercial, this will be the end of the show. Roll Tide, much love, and stay up, y'all. Stay blessed. Authenticity above all. All right? There we go. Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family and earning your birth certificate, as we like to call it. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.